Hello, my name is Sean Rigg with Board Advantage, and we are proud to sponsor this episode of Bank Directors for Banker by Banker video series. Each episode focuses on the challenges facing today's bank boards through the perspective of a fellow industry leader on topics such as M&A, risk, regulation, technology, and more. I'm pleased to introduce the presenter for this video, William Fenstermaker, Chairman of IBERIABank Corporation, as he shares with us what his board has learned through conducting several M&A transactions.
Well, IBERIABank has done 10 transactions over the last 5 years. 3 of them have what we call live bank transactions. Some good companies where either the directors felt it was time, they were either tired or they weren't having a lot of fun anymore. We also did 5 FDIC transactions. A number of those were in Florida, Alabama, and in Arkansas. And then we had 2 boutique firm acquisitions dealing with wealth management. And that pretty much sums it up. I think we do approach M&A slightly different than other banks in that we're market focused. We tend to, instead of look at a state, we look at a particular market and we determine whether or not we have interest in that market. Also, we have some matchups with people that we have that work for the bank, and we have a network of people that don't work for the bank that maybe would like to have worked for the bank. And so we go about an acquisition in that manner. While our footprint might be from Virginia to Texas, we're very focused on acquisitions. And so we spend a lot of time looking at a number of banks in all of the regions, and then we make a decision of whether or not we're going to try to make a merger based upon all of the information we get back. And after we acquire them, what we can do and what they can do with the people that are involved with the organization. Third, we're very people-focused. And if I can just reflect on some of our FDIC transactions that we've done, our team went in and we interviewed everyone that worked for those banks. And so our decisions were not cooked until we went in there and talked to everyone. And we tended to hire the people that we felt could help achieve good results. And so I think that might be a little bit different in that it's a tough thing. We have a team that comes in over a weekend, and to interview 300 people maybe is not easy, but we do it. And finally, we do not have a dedicated team to do M&A. We have people that are involved in the M&A activities, a core group, but we also surround them with people that have to manage banks or have to manage departments. So when we get into a transaction, the team that is heavily involved in it has to make it work. It's not like we did that, we bought them, and we don't have to make it work. So I think that might be a little different in that we do not have a specific team to go in and be involved in the due diligence of an acquisition or potential acquisition, or also if it be an FDIC transaction, the bidding process. Our board approaches mergers and acquisitions in concert with management. We have a strategic plan that the board approves, and we go through it in an offsite every year. And part of that strategic plan is an acquisition strategy, and we tend to kind of stick with that. The management team updates the board almost every meeting on what's going on in the market, the economics of a region, or some acquisitions that have taken place that perhaps someone else has done, a competitor has done, and we make our decisions on where we're going to go from there after we look into all those different facts. While our strategic plan is updated annually, we go about a 3 to 5 year strategic planning process that is approved by the board. And we give that process, we give that 3 to 5 year plan to the public markets. And we use that to, number one, to focus on, but to hold us accountable to what we tell people we will do. Well, first off, on very large transactions, we do use advisors. We obviously try to gather as much information as we can. We have a due diligence team that comes from generally a very seasoned Wall Street firm that will second guess our people. And so from a board perspective, we get a report that they would write maybe on a pricing strategy or on some of the dynamics of the deal. Whereas we have our own team, which is, I think, fairly talented, and we will compare notes on that. We also would gather information from other entities that would lead us to make a good business decision.